Welcome back to the slow descent into my insanity.
Welcome back to Frank Kills Hedgehogs.
As you can tell by our progress, that Frank is we got pretty far in the last episode.
Oh yeah, we're smashing it. Frank puts all his effort into first episodes and puts no effort into second episodes.
Yeah, I've always thought this about Frank. He's very much a give up immediately coming back.
Yeah, he's just half-assing it now at this point.
You were on speedrun world record pace, and now you're on slow one world record pace. And honestly, that's kind of impressive in its own right, so I'm not even going to comment on it.
He's not talking to us anymore. He's in gamer mode. He's locked in.
Speaking of games, you guys heard about, I mean, it's kind of old news now, but you guys heard about Concord 2 that happened?
I did.
AKA High Guard.
Oh yeah.
Because we talked about Concord and how that all went, it was just amusing to watch kind of it happen again in real time, effectively.
So did the game actually get released? High Guard or whatever?
It did.
Yeah.
So it's so weird, right? High Guard was announced at the Game Awards. It was the final one more thing that made like Jeff Keighley like cry uncontrollably.
Yeah.
And it was underwhelming. It is made by I think Hardlight Studios is their name. They're the guys who made like Titanfall.
From the
which is a very
creators of
beloved
things that you
franchise.
like, something that you won't like.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it was yet another live service team on like hero shooter thing.
Oh yeah.
Which we've just got so many of, and the problem with Concord is like that it crashed and burned and failed before it even really got out the door because people are just fucking over it, man.
Yeah, it was out for
then-
like 3 months or something, and then
No, 3 weeks,
3
closer
weeks.
to.
Yeah.
Not even, maybe like I actually don't know if Concord like lasted not very long. It was literally like a couple weeks at most.
Did we talk about this in Medieval? Is that what we talked about? Because I think Frank
Maybe.
sent me a link to like a Reddit post talking about it, so that it can be archived into history. The great mistake of Concord.
Oh my god.
That was a brick that just got shot out of a cannon.
Switch to Rouge or Shadow.
Why have all three of these if you're
Get
gonna
it.
fucking be a bitch about it?
Yeah.
I don't know. So Concord, like, it was pretty well the gaming audience at large, basically telling developers like, guys, we're sick of this shit. We don't want this.
Yeah.
But of course, yeah, you know, you can't stop a game that's already like 95% done. So when they announced High Guard, everyone was like, oh no. And I think that the developers thought kind of the same thing. So what happened is at the end of the Game Awards, they announced it, right? It was like the first time we'd heard of it at all. It was announced to thunderous apathy. No one gave a shit. No one, like, it was even, like a lot of people were already calling it like Concord 2 and stuff like that. And it was supposed to release in like 1 month or something like that, like after. So it was like an extremely short, like, reveal to release.
Yeah.
And they just did no advertising whatsoever.
Yeah. So
They
people
had
just
that one
forgot
big
about
trailer, and then there was like nothing, and everyone was like, "What the fuck is happening with this game?"
it. Yeah.
And I think that they already saw the writing on the wall like before anything, and it like goes it's weird because the last slot in the Game Awards were like reportedly cost like millions of dollars to get, and so they must have just spent all their budget, or at least that they were willing to spend on that one trailer, and then were just like, I don't think this game is gonna make it, to month 2. Basically, there was no advertising. The game came out, no one was talking about it except for one really bizarre controversy with Dr. Disrespect, I think, which I'm not even gonna bother touching. And it did last longer than Concord, but like, yeah, it's been like a month or 2, and they're just like, yeah, we're shutting down the servers, we can't sustain this, obviously. Like, apparently a lot of people played it, but like not enough consistently. The weirdest thing is like they obviously had like a whole roadmap map of like all this content they were gonna do, but like because the game is shutting down so quickly, they were like, okay, 1 week before we shut down the servers, we're gonna add all this new content, and everyone's just like, well, but we won't have any time to actually play it.
Yeah.
Initially, I was going to bring this up because it was kind of like fascinating and a little funny, and now it's just kind of sad. Where it's just like, oh man, like
You were gonna.
I don't want these things to fail. I don't like
obviously.
watching people fail. I don't like that. But at the same time, it is just one of those things where like, well, what can you do? But like, just watch.
Watch this thing crash and burn.
Because the thing is, like, for me personally, like, even if it was like the coolest game ever and everyone was talking about it, I still wouldn't have played it. It's just not my thing. So I don't know. I don't really feel guilty or anything like that about not getting the game. But Frank. Woo!
Ooh,
A
sport.
Look, even the level ups were almost spelling an E too.
It's not an E, Frank, it's an M. It's sideways.
So that was Concord 2, as everyone had
Electric
very
Boogaloo.
generously called it. I mean, I feel bad, but also at the same time, like, we gotta stop putting out these fucking Team Hero Shooter live service games. Oh my god, you kept the key, but I already have this Chaos Emerald.
I don't feel bad that it was a failure. Like, they need to pull their freaking finger out and, like, put some effort in.
What the
Oh my
fuck?
god.
So I need to remind you, because you might have forgotten, Liam. You didn't realize there was a boost mechanic, which is why it
that's
took you
true.
much longer to get your emerald.
That signed it. Frank's playing the rest of
Now
this game.
be prepared for me to never pick up another key, probably ever.
I was thinking we could manufacture the Beanie Plays Team Rose if you wanted to. He responds to that with thunderous silence.
We could do that.
Buddy.
Yeah, I could do that. I cannot promise gameplay that's anywhere near as good as Frank or Liam's. You better
We've
hope
only
it's
gotten to the
alright.
first boss fight. You should hold your how you feel about my gameplay.
I mean, you already shown Liam up with the Chaos
do that.
Emerald, so...
Well, let's see. How many times did I die in Stage 2 versus Frank? I know I definitely died at least once. Now, has he got the cool strategy to insta-kill this boss by hitting it in its engines and getting hurt immediately?
I'm not trying to
like
hit it with engines.
You're trying to punch the engines, not get hit by the
Me
engines.
when I'm punching an airplane in its jet engine, I'm not trying to hit it in. Oh, that's a clever idea.
Team Blast.
Does that actually do like a lot of damage to him? Oh, it does freeze him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
nice.
I like how he doesn't even have his mouth when he's talking.
Yeah, it's a GameCube.
Yeah, I
game.
love it.
They
Makes
can't
me fucking-
animate mouth flaps for Eggman. Everyone else can have mouth flaps, but not Eggman.
Yeah.
Trick is to be like Omega and not have a mouth, but speak anyway out of sheer anger.
Yeah.
Well, yes, Liam, that is how a speaker works. You're correct.
Crush the city under the control of Eggman. So you beat him, and now he's got control of the city. Can't you do anything right, Frank?
Whatever it takes, he's mine. Any objections?
Why does Ruse give a fuck about Eggman
Oh,
in this game?
because they're...
Well, I
Whereas
don't know
Omega
the lore,
does.
so I
Omega
can't
literally
tell
wants
you.
to kill him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's actually
why
funny.
doesn't
That's
Omega
like
care? He should be like, no, bitch, he's mine.
Well, because Omega
That's-
is probably
so-
just like, oh, as long as he dies, I don't give a shit who does it, man. I'm just gonna be glad.
well, it's
he's
funny
dead.
because Babini's right. In Omega's more recent characterization, he would be like, no, Eggman's mine. Fuck you. Oh, by the way, these green ones, I think you can just hit with Omega. I don't think you have to do that. Oh, the save! Yeah, I think with the green turtles you can just smash
time
with
for my
Omega,
fucking
but with
worst
the
nightmare.
gold ones.
Come on, let me
Here we go. Can he do it?
push this one. You need to push this one.
Are you using a controller or a keyboard?
Yeah, I'm using a controller.
You should be able to use one of the extra sticks to move the camera, right?
Yeah, I
Well-
am. But do you see this?
Yeah.
This it does not help.
Yeah.
This is a GameCube
right, no, I
game.
forgot.
This is before cameras had fully become sentient.
Yeah.
Or rather, they're too sentient. One of those.
I had a really good stream this morning on Supercars Mabini channel. I had a guy from another channel called The Valve Bounce. He runs like a podcast thing and they're putting out shorts.
Oh,
What? He's still in?
what?
Well,
Yeah, so I had a fellow community contributor, fellow content creator in the Supercars community on my stream, and yeah, and then we had a great time, and then I had to stop because we're going to do this, and I'm going to be talking for 8 hours, so I thought, yeah, well,
yeah, we're having a great time, and it was completely ruined by the same fucking industries.
that's right.
Everyone, please unsubscribe from Same Industries right now. The two people who are watching. Are like, oh, all right.
Fun.
Well, if you said
It
so.
says so. We all unsubscribe ourselves.
Yeah, the three of us also unsubscribed. Do you think like SA YouTubers will make videos about how Same Industries went from 300 to 0 subscribers in 24 hours?
Yeah.
And then
Everyone's
that's
gonna be
how.
scrambling for it. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get a moist critical video.
And then they
on
have
our
to make a
channel
follow up
pretty
of how Same Industries went from 0 subscribers to like 10 million overnight
soon. Yeah.
because they made an essay about us.
It's just a whole video of them gassing
Yeah.
themselves up about how cool
Yeah.
they are. Actually, it's very little to do with us. In fact, we're in the title, but
And
we're
then
not
we do a
mentioning
video about how a famous YouTuber talked about us, and that's how we got millions of subscribers.
it. And then we lose all our subscribers because that was kind of a cringe.
Yeah. People thought that we make essay videos, but we don't.
I will say,
I keep thinking you're supposed to pull those, but you're not.
Speaking of essay videos, I don't know, like, if you guys ever look at the, I have to preface this by saying the shitty, awful, evil, fucking disgusting blight that is the AI section on YouTube. On the YouTube creator studio.
No, I haven't seen this.
Where it will try and read, like it'll try and figure out video idea suggestions for you and make these.
Oh yeah, I
awful
do.
fucking
I have heard
thumbnails
of
and
those
titles.
tools. Yeah.
Is that the inspiration tab?
I like looking at them just due to how wrong they often are. How they completely misunderstand the point of like our channels. So like for same industries, like I think it doesn't understand Let's Plays, and so it keeps thinking that we're doing like it keeps suggesting like an essay on Sonic Heroes or like Sonic Heroes unraveling the mystery or something like that. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Unraveling the mystery of how Sonic became a hero.
Yeah, exactly.
Or is Sonic a hero?
Sonic really a
Sonic
hero?
is actually the bad guy in every Sonic game. He keeps on antagonizing his poor doctor.
This post was made to you by Eggman Army.
Yeah.
I actually took a screenshot of the... Yeah, here it is. Oh, yeah. It kept talking about taxes here. This is a screenshot I took of our last Same Industries fucking... What the AI thinks that we do. So, we've got ranking every weapon from Borderlands 2 while discussing our favorite childhood toys.
Yeah, man.
Which, for reference, Borderlands 2 has... I think over 1 million weapons.
Okay.
So, comparing American suburban sprawl to chaotic base building during an alien invasion. That one's just like throwing shit out the window. I love that one. Explaining Australian tax laws while failing miserably at an impossible parkour map. See, it kind of almost knows that, like, okay, we talk about like stupid shit like Australian tax laws.
Are these like Leafy is Here videos?
I don't know. This is the thing. It can't figure out that we just do Let's Plays. Elden Ring DLC, hardest bosses and the pain of filing personal taxes.
Okay.
Well, that sounds about right.
Cult of the Lamb, building a religion based on our worst habits. The funny thing about that one is we've literally never played or talked about Cult of the Lamb, I'm pretty sure. And then answering your weirdest relationship questions while struggling through a difficult Civ, presumably Civ 5 match or something like that.
Okay, so jeez.
Basically what I'm trying to say is look forward to seeing all these videos coming soon on Same Industries.
I have never clicked on that thing before, so I had no idea what was behind that button.
It's good for a laugh.
It was just the idea of it that I was like, no, go away. I don't need AI telling me what to think.
As again, like, I don't really like it at all.
Yeah.
But it is amusing to me how wrong it can be and how it completely misses the mark on what our channel would actually create.
Because we're not making these special essay videos. We're making freaking Let's Plays.
Well, yeah, it's just so weird. It doesn't think that like Let's Plays exist. It's just like,
even though Game Grumps is a thing, they're like, we don't know what that is. We can't understand that.
well, yeah, like I would argue to bet that like a very large chunk of every, like, if we would have tally up every YouTube video ever, I would bet that, like, I don't know, at least 10% of it is Let's Plays. I also like how he's just staying in fly formation because it's just safer. Oh wow, he did it.
Well, I was just saying in fly because at tier 3, she can actually hurt most of the enemies.
Next time, Rouge is gonna fly Omega to a bed and have a way with
What?